President William Ruto has exported his lies from Kenya to the neighboring country, Tanzania, and he has been roasted badly in Kenya. Today, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was attending the National Reflections Post-Labor Day and the launch of the Labor Market and Worker Welfare Report 2026 at Radisson Blu, Nairobi, where he was given a chance to speak. And here, he said everything about what happened in William Ruto's tour in Tanzania. It was something that, it put Kenya in a very difficult position when a leader, a president of a country, moves to a neighboring country to give lies. Just imagine, William Ruto went there to mention that he'll build a project in Tanga, the oil refinery project, yet the president of the same country doesn't know. Listen to what Gachagua said.
Embarrassed. But the embarrassment of the Kenyan nation yesterday in Tanzania is very painful. William Ruto has launched fake projects here in Kenya. He keeps announcing projects that do not exist. The man has become so bold that he is now announcing non-existent projects in a neighboring country. It's so embarrassing to our country that a president from Kenya goes to Tanzania to announce that there will be a project in Tanga for oil refinery when the president of the country is not even aware of such a project. It's a kind of insolence, impunity. He has lied to Kenyans so much that he has no qualms about going to lie to the people of Tanzania. How do you go to a neighboring country to announce a project that is non-existent? And even the president of that country is complaining. At least Mama Suluhu, she is a very bad dictator who has blood on her hands. And we are happy that the International Criminal Court is slowly cornering her. But at least, despite being a brutal dictator, she had the decency to say, no, this is too much of a lie. She's a terrible dictator, but at least she has some kind of conscience that it is wrong for a president from a different country to come and announce a non-existent project. So that's the kind of indignity that we continue to suffer as a country. But the beautiful part of it is that it's only for a time.
That is Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto has mastered the art of consistency. He believes in what consistency can do. Ruto is someone who can come to you and tell you today you are not called that. If you are called Kenyans, he'll tell you your name is not Kenyans. You know yourself, you are Kenyans, that is in the name you registered in your ID card, that is the name is in the birth certificate. But William Ruto is such a man who will come to you, tell you that you are not called Kenyans, you are another name. He'll do the same consistently today, tomorrow. He'll tell you next week, next month, next year, till yourself you'll start doubting your name. You'll believe that you are not called that name you are called. He has mastered that consistency, that culture. He uses it so well in Kenya. It favors him so well in Kenya. But unfortunately, William Ruto has extended an olive branch of lies from Kenya to Tanzania. In his tour in Tanzania, which started yesterday, they launched some of the projects together with Samia Suluhu, the president of Tanzania. There, they talked a lot of things about coordination and also sovereignty in the East Africa countries, They talked a lot of things, but William Ruto, when he stood to address the media, he spoke about a project even Samia Suluhu doesn't know that it exists. He talked about the oil refinery. But surprisingly, despite the fact that Samia Suluhu is another dictator, someone who foresaw, or rather who gave an order for the Gen Zs who were protesting in Tanzania after the bungled election in 2025, gave a stand. He asked William Ruto directly on the face that whatever you said today, we never discussed. I don't know where you got it from, but it is your time. I'll give you your time here to elaborate to Tanzanians where you came up with that project from, because we don't have it. Yani, someone has a culture of lying to his residents, his citizens of Kenya. He has that tendency of lying to Kenyans. But again, he has extended the lies to Tanzania. I want you to listen to how the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu, ashamed him.
Sasa tupokuwa tunaongea ndani kule, nilimbana Ruto. Kaambia umekwenda kutangaza refinery Tanga, mbona mimi sijui? Hasa atasema mwenyewe pale kwa nini katangaza. Mheshimiwa Rais, karibu sana.
Yeah, that is Samia Suluhu. Believe me or not, Samia Suluhu is a dictator, but not a liar. And I thank God Samia Suluhu is not a liar. He left the lying for leaders like the Kenya's president, because you cannot move from Kenya to Tanzania to lie. Yesterday, I saw the Jubilee Party presidential aspirant Fred Okengo Matiang'i pointing out to the journey, to the tour of William Ruto in Tanzania. In fact, he mentioned that let him not lie to Tanzanians tafadhali. Akienda pale asidanganye. That is according to Matiang'i. And it never went down. Yesterday, even after getting the warning from the former cabinet secretary Fred Matiang'i, who is also eyeing the presidency, he further went ahead to lie to the people of Tanzania about a project. Yani amezoea ku launch fake projects. In many cases, William Ruto has been going for developmental tours across the country in Kenya. However, those are not, the reality is they are not developmental tours. They are rallies, political rallies. So, he has launched many projects twice, thrice, and others are non-existent. I want to give you an example. William Ruto, when he went to Gusii region recently, he launched Nyamira University. And this was almost the third time he was launching the Nyamira University. But surprisingly, there is no budget for Nyamira constituency. For Nyamira University. Yeah? According to reports and according to the budget, we have only one university that was allocated some billions in this budget. Yeah. So William Ruto went all the way to Gusii land to lie to the people of Nyamira that the university is going to start so soon, that money has been put aside, yet in the budget there is no such funds. Where is he gonna get those billions from to construct that university? Is he going to get it from his pocket? Is he going to get it from his Kuku project? I don't know. It is a way of lying to Kenyans. In fact, there are some affordable houses that were being built in Kisii University that would serve as hostels for the students of Kisii University. They have been launched. This is the fourth time when William Ruto toured the region. During the time of Cabinet Secretary Education Ezekiel Machogu, he launched them almost twice. Even Ezekiel Machogu himself gave a statement saying that William Ruto is coming to launch for the fourth time because we had launched these hostels long ago. Why is he also launching them? The same thing happened recently in Murang'a County. He went there at the Kiharu constituency where Ndindi Nyoro leads. He relaunched some of the projects that were launched by the member of parliament Kiharu constituency, who is Ndindi Nyoro. In fact, they went to those they covered the names of Ndindi Nyoro using a tape so that he can relaunch them. What a country are we in? What kind of leader is leading Kenya? I don't know. So it is okay. With Kenya ni sawa, si tumezoea kudanganya because he launched, even Nigusi, he launched the airstrip, Usuneka airstrip. Immediately the tour ended, all those tractors which had been planted there, all those tractors zikatolewa, zikaenda na yeye. Nothing is going on in Usuneka airstrip. Yeah. So Wakenya tumezoea, but you know, taking the lies to another country, a neighboring country, that is too much. I don't know what you think. You can give your comment down there in the comment section. Let us talk, let us have a discussion. I'll respond to every comment, and perhaps this can form a basis of whatever we're gonna talk about in the next video. If you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.